Hey guys, Probably 1701 here, and today we're going to talk about the slow decline in the quality of the artwork on the Doctor Who Steelbook in the modern range. Well, the modern series range, I should say. Because I feel like they have gotten progressively worse. I still think the best ones in the Steelbook range are the earlier releases. Like here's the series one with art by Lee Binding, who also does the artwork on the Blu-ray, the collection set for Classic Who. And like this is phenomenal. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful, especially since it actually doesn't use a lot of colors. It's mostly that brown theme, and it looks so good. Let's have a look at the back. Look at that back. Companion and Doctor on the front, enemies on the back, and this is stunning. I cannot communicate how beautiful this is in person. It looks absolutely phenomenal. This is still my favorite one of all of them. It looks so good. And then Lee also did the artwork for the Series 2 Steelbook. David Tennant's first season. And once again, he nails it. He just knocks it out of the park. Look at that. Look at that background and how it just fades into the characters. It is stunning. It looks so good. Let's have a look at the back. And the back on that is phenomenal. Love the use of color there with like that fire orange going on. Look at the details on the Cyberman. That is like something out of a nightmare you would not want to see bearing down on you. It looks... This is my second favorite of the Steelbooks. It looks so good. Oh, I'm getting fingerprints there. But it looks phenomenal. And they never quite make it back to these levels. I mean, the others are still good, but these are the top two. And then we had season 3. I believe the artist's name is Claudia, and I love the series 3 artwork. It's my third favorite. I absolutely love this one. I love that purple background. I love the pose Tennant's in. And again, it still looks like art. It looks like a painting. It looks like someone who met the Doctor who painted an image of him. That's a nice shot of Martha. I know she's a little more in the background. Some people seem to have issue with that. But I love that pose of Tennant so much that it's perfectly fine. Love the glowing of the Sonic right there. The back is really good. Love that shot of the Master. Love that shot of the TARDIS. The only odd thing is the kind of white shirt on the Angel there's a little weird. But other than that, she nails it. I would love to see Claudia come back and do another one of these. This is the only one she's done, and it's very underrated. I really like this one a lot. It looks phenomenal. And then we moved into the Series 4 one. This is the first one with the art by Sophie Cauldre, who would go on to do about half of them in the range. And this is my favorite one by her, actually. I really like this one, especially the front of it. It looks really good. Again, this still looks like a painting. I love the choice of having Donna in the foreground, because that's a very Donna thing to do. It's very appropriate for her to be in front of him, but it still looks like it's painted. It looks like it's art. And I love the background with the Medusa Cascade. This one, again, is probably my fourth favorite. I mean, they really are pretty much in order here for a good bit of this. Now, the back still looks good. Looks a little photoshopped with Davros right here in the Daleks. Looks a little... This is where you start to see the Photoshop coming in. Still looks really good, though. Really like it. Love the planets in the background. Sophie does such good backgrounds. But that front is just unbelievable. This is still my favorite one I've seen Sophie do. Then we had the specials with art by Tom, I believe is his name. I know he does some of the Big Finish stuff too. This one's pretty good. I don't like it quite as much as the others. I get because it focuses a little too much on the regeneration. But it still looks good. This part here especially still looks like it's painted to me, not a photograph, like a painting. Love the use of colors here. And him with his hand up kind of reminds me of Tom Baker on the collection season 18 one, when he's waving goodbye. So that's a nice little nod to that. The back is where it starts to lose me. just because there's too much going on. It still looks really good. This is where you start seeing not just the enemies, but the companions cropping up on the back, and I don't like that, so I hold that against this one. That is the one that kind of starts that. But it still looks good. Love the choice of colors here, like having Rassilon, like the blue for the Cybermen. Nice to have the Master. It's still really nice and a nice variety of colors, which are different colors than the front, which I enjoy, and they mix pretty well on the spine. So this is still pretty good. I enjoy it. And then we came to the Series 5 one, which again has art by Sophie. This is the first time, besides when Lee did the first two, you really see an artist coming back to do another one. And this one is also really nice. I absolutely adore that she went with the Van Gogh background, because I do love Starry Night a lot and Vincent Van Gogh's art style. Again, it looks less painted and a little more like a photograph here. Not quite as bad as it would get later. And I don't like that Amy looks like she has a little bit of a slouch right here. The back is a little too busy for me. I love that she added the crack here. I like that she has both kinds of Daleks here. Again, we see the companions creeping in with the enemies, and I don't like that. I prefer when it's just the enemies. Still a lot of good going on here. I like with the Pandorica there. Still a really nice Steelbook. Really, really enjoy it. Not quite up to the levels, I think, of the first four, but it's still really, really good. That background really does a lot for it. Oh, get that out of the way. And then we'll move on to the Series 6 Steelbook. Again, I don't think this is as good as the ones that came before it. It's still really good. Again, this is artwork by Sophie Cauldre, and it's kind of at this point I can start recognizing hers. And I like having River on the cover with the other companions because she is very vital to this season. She's very important in this season. Don't really like the use of the hat and the green coat, but the green does fit the green motif kind of going on here. Don't really like the hat, though. But that's a picky little thing. Love the use of the Sonic right there with it being green. Love the green background. Again, her backgrounds are really good. The Sonic and the coat fit it. There is too much going on here. I like having the silence. I like the astronaut with the reflection of Tennant. I like the Doctor's wife just because it's nice to have both of the Doctor's wives here. I think I would have rather had her on the front, though. Madame Cavaria. So while I think this is a little busy, it does actually fit. There's not a lot of companions on it. Love the use of the lightning right there. So this is one that definitely looks better in person than the artwork. When I just saw the pictures of the artwork, I wasn't as impressed. But when I got it at hand, the green really pops. So I did still enjoy this one, even if it looks a little more Photoshoppy than the stuff Lee and, say, Alice do. Then we got the Series 7 one, which is, again, work by Sophie Cauldre. And this is where I started to get a little cross with them doing so many of the Steelbooks with Sophie. I like Sophie, but one of the things I like about the Steelbook range is that it had such a variety of artists to have different takes on the Steelbooks. And I like that she splits this one up into the two halves of the season, because Series 7 is divided into two halves, 7A and 7B. And I like that she does that. I think the front works better, because while it is still a little Photoshoppy, I actually do like those images of them running. I don't really care for the Winter Quay right there. I feel like it takes away from the picture. I don't care for the Statue of Liberty, because that's just Statue of Liberty being a weeping angel, something I thought was stupid anyway. Love the Power 3 boxes here. And then the back is really good. Again, a little Photoshoppy looking. Clara front and center, like she should be. She's kind of the highlight of the back half of the season. Nice shot right here of the Great Intelligence, which I like the use of colors. But again, I was getting a little burned out, and I don't think it looks as good as the first four Steelbooks. Then we got this one, the 50th anniversary of them. This was Lee Binding coming back, and it looks really good. It's a little busy. There is a lot going on at the front, but it's the 50th anniversary. It gets a little bit of a pass for that. That's a pretty nice shot of Tennant. Like that shot of Smith. Nice to have the Moment and Clara there. Good to have the War Doctor right here. Lots of use of colors. Kind of reminds me of the color scheme on the specials with Tennant. The back I like. Looks pretty good. It's not quite as exciting as the backs of his first two to me. And I will admit this one ranks probably about 5th on my list, because I do like the first four Steelbooks a little better. But this one's still really good, and I was happy to see that they went with a different artist right here. and that they got Lee back in the fold. At this point, I was kind of hoping we'd get some new artists in for the Capaldi stuff, but then they announced the Series 8 one, which of course I don't have yet because it was just announced, and it just looks a little lazy by comparison. I don't know how much of a time they gave her to do it, but it just looks a little lazy. Now, this, on the other hand, was, of course, from the other range when they first started doing the Steelbooks. This is art by Alice, and I would love to see Alice come back. I don't have the Series 9 one because it's so expensive now, but look how glorious this is. I mean, Lee and Alice do the best Doctor Who stuff I've ever seen. I would love to see Alice come back and do one in the range they're doing now. Like, I would love Alice to come back and do a Series 9, because I'm sure they're going to redo the Series 9 and Series 10 ones. I would love to have Alice come back and do those, because these are just... This is absolutely gorgeous. Alice does good work. And we need a change. Sophie's done so many of them. She's done 5 out of the last 7 that I'm just kind of at that point where I want to see different stuff. And the Series 8 one just looks disappointing. I mean, I may think differently once I get it in hand. You know, I may change my mind. But as of right now, the Series 8 one's the first one that I know I'm getting just because I want to have it here, you know, on the wall with the others, and less because I'm impressed by the art. The shot of Capaldi on it's the same shot of Capaldi that's in the inner sleeve on the promotional material. The I don't like how so many of the companions are on the back. The back of the Series 8 one looks way too busy. And the front of it has Michelle Gomez when it should have Clara on there instead of Missy. Missy is the main antagonist of the season. She should be on the back with the rest of the villains. But yeah, I just feel like my favorite 4 are still the first 4. I love those the most, with 5th place being the 50th with Lee. But to me, they've really gone downhill just progressively aside from the 50th, especially with Sophie's work. Sophie's best to me is still her Series 4. Her second best is her Series 5. I think her third best is Series... I'm not sure on 6 or 7. I think the art itself is better on 6, but I like how on 7 she splits the season up into the 2 halves, so that actually kind of helps it, in my opinion. But the Series 8 one's definitely my least favorite. So what are your thoughts on this? Comment down below. I always enjoy interacting with you guys. Do you think the Steelbooks coming out are as good as, like, say, the ones Lee Binding did at the beginning? Would you like to see some more artists brought back in? Would you like to see another one by Claudia? Because I really do love the Season 3 one. I think it's very underrated. It is my 3rd favorite in the line. So let me know what you think. I always enjoy y'all's feedback. Other things to do: click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications. I've started a Patreon page if y'all would like to contribute to that. But most importantly, stay safe out there, and thank you for watching.